Welcome back to H3 Weapon Deep Dive. Today we're taking a look at the PP-19 Bizon. Don't ask me what the PP stands for. Don't know. It is chambered in 9x18 Makarov. So that means it's not exactly the same as the PT-19 Bizon. It is very similar, however. So this one is chambered in 9x19, does not have the dovetail side mount, and instead has a bunch of rails. This one has the dovetail side mount, doesn't have the rails, and of course, most importantly, has the weirdo helical magazine. Now, this one is a different capacity than the Bizon, where you find it chambered in 9x19. This is chambered in 9x18. It's a little smaller, so the capacity is actually bigger. That said, let's check it out. Look at our controls. Start with that finicky little folding stock. Let's see, if I grab it anywhere from about here to here, we're good. But if I grab it up by the hinge, yeah, you can't get too close to that hinge. So grab it with the trigger and swing it, and you got it. Simple as that. Here we've got our magazine. Inserts in a magazine well kind of strangely, and also becomes a foregrip. So you grab the magazine with the grab control, and that's your foregrip. Down on the trackpad will not eject the magazine. There's no mag release. Let's see what else we got. We got left on the trackpad for our selector switch, typical AK style. Up is safe, and you cannot pull the bolt back. In order to get started, you got to switch it to either automatic, which is the second position, or semi, which is the third position. And then pull the bolt back, fire some closed bolt position. Let's look at the attachments. Well, we've got our dovetail rails, but we do not have Picatinny rails, so no typical lasers and red dots, but you can use the dovetail mount. Oh, yeah, that's going to be tricky. It's going to get the dovetail mount sights like that, and you can use the Russian to Picatinny adapter to give your rails like so, and then we can put your red dot on it like that. This is going to be a problem, isn't it? I keep grabbing the magazine out of the well. Well, that sticks up nice over the existing iron sight, so that's handy. Yeah, that's annoying. Get back in there. Guess you got to grab it up here if you want the foregrip, and don't grab it back here. You'll just pull the magazine out. Let's see what fits on the barrel. Looks like we already got a muzzle brake on there. Can we put an extra one on there? Yes, we can put an extra one on there. We can also take it off. How about a suppressor? Yep, put a suppressor on there. It looks pretty good. How about our rail adapter? Yep, get that on there. How about our foregrip? Nope, not surprising. Put one more thing on there, the extension. Yep, you can get the extension on there. Can we arm the battle spatula? Yes, we can put our battle spatula on barrel. What else we got? Stock? Well, it's already got a stock, so we don't need another one. And I think that's it. Take a look at the sights. Sights are iron sights mounted pretty close to each other. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Easy to find that front post with the shroud over it. Rear notch is good. I like it. Not too bad. Little small, and the radius is small. But we've also got adjustable sights here. If you trigger click on this, you can adjust the sights between 50, 100, and 150 meters, which is pretty respectable. You don't get those crazy 800-meter increments out there. So that's good. Let's do a recoil test. I'm going to start with the stock folded just for laughs, see what we get. I switched over to a Cobra sight. It gets over the sights a little bit better. Yeah, it goes in the ceiling. Let's do that again with the foregrip. Wow, well, it did tend to climb, but it was in the 3 and 4 spot most of that time. 2.2 is the average, but it's actually kind of controllable with the foregrip. Moving on to the stock and foregrip, as you would properly shoot it. Good first shot. good first burst there with a lot of 9s and 10s. Then it started to drift out, and then it kind of drifted back, then it drifted out again. It's got a low rate of fire for such a large magazine, so I think it's easier to control that, get that down in a good spot. But without trying to control it at all, we got a 7.25, which is not too shabby. 7.25 to beat. Let's put our muzzle brake on there and see if it makes a difference. Noticeable improvement, 8.72. A lot more 10s and 9s in that beginning burst. Look at that, 15 rounds before we get, 15 rounds. Oh yes, 19 rounds before we start drifting out to the 8 ring. So this really does help. And finally, our suppressor. Not too bad. 8.91. Very nice. Look at that. Everything in the black ring. Pretty good. There you have it. The PP Bizon with a gazillion rounds of 9x18 Makarov. Not too shabby. Till next time, I will see you. Ooh, it is a little drifty.